Poor Marjorie Taylor Greene. People attacked her when she went to New York to protest Donald Trump's indictment. Let's talk about it in today's video. Hi, I'm Mike Greiner. I'm a lifelong Democratic activist who's concerned about the direction our country is taking. I'm also a lawyer and an academic, and I'm here to help you stand up to the BS of the MAGA crowd. So Marjorie Taylor Greene went to New York to protest Donald Trump's indictment. She did not receive a very good response there. As it turns out, there were lots of people protesting on the other side. But poor Marjorie Taylor Greene, she goes on Tucker Carlson on Fox News to whine about it. Check this out.
So it looked pretty crazy in New York yesterday. And of course, looking crazy was the whole point of this, to terrify swing voters into never voting for Donald Trump. What was it like? Well, Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene of Georgia was there for the arraignment. And before she arrived,
Wait, how does craziness terrify swing voters into not voting for Donald Trump? I think Donald Trump's record and the experience over 4 years of his presidency kind of speaks for itself. But let's keep watching.
Mayor of the city already failed just a year into office. Eric Adams described her as a criminal and implied.
How did Eric Adams fail? Boy, this guy just spews invective everywhere. But let's keep watching.
He would punish her if she misbehaved. Meanwhile, actual lunatics showed up and prevented her from speaking. Watch.
Sir, can I ask what those are for?
So we hear that Marjorie Taylor Greene is coming to the city right here. So we brought some whistles to hand out to people to drown her out with some noise.
Wait, those are lunatics? They're expressing their point of view. Why is it okay for Marjorie Taylor Greene to express her point of view, but these other people aren't? I mean, it's not like they were kicking out members of the legislature out of office for standing up for a certain issue, were they? Let's keep watching. By the way, as an aside, it looks to me like New York's finest were actually protecting her. So much for them not taking care of her. But let's keep watching.
That's a sitting member, an elected member of the Congress. Everyone can see where this is going. Marjorie Taylor.
Wait, so we're supposed to show deference to a sitting member of Congress. This is the sitting member of Congress who yelled liar in the middle of Joe Biden's State of the Union address. Where's the respect there? I think Marjorie Taylor Greene's right to be respected as an elected official was given up a long time ago. But let's keep watching.
Taylor Greene joins us tonight to recount what she saw in New York yesterday. Congressman, thanks so much for coming on. What was that like?
Well, it was absolute chaos, and that's what the mayor of New York City wanted to happen to me. You see, he threatened.
It wasn't chaos like January 6th, I'll tell you that. Nobody was attacked and physically injured. But, let's not talk about that. Let's keep watching.
To me and basically put out a dog whistle for violence against me. And then there was a funded text alert that went out.
Wait, a dog whistle for violence? Isn't this Marjorie Taylor Greene who physically assaulted survivors of the Parkland shooting? Yes, she deserves respect and being allowed to speak. But let's keep watching.
Naming me by name and telling people to do exactly what that man was doing, hand out whistles and try to create a chaotic scene of violence and assault. And
that's not violence. Violence is what occurred on January 6th. And what's an example of silencing people is what the Republicans in Tennessee did when they expelled black lawmakers from the legislature who were duly elected for standing up for gun control. But let's keep hearing from poor Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Against the law, by the way, Tucker. You see, they didn't want me to be able to protest and use my First Amendment rights. And
they didn't want those legislators in Tennessee to protest and use their First Amendment rights. But you don't see anybody complaining about that on Fox News, do you? Let's keep watching.
Wanted violence. I think they wanted that to happen because they want to repeat January 6th all over again.
Wait, they want to repeat January 6th January 6th was an attack by conservatives to try to stop the free transfer of power. How is this a repeat of January 6th? I don't even understand that. But let's keep watching.
They want all of us Trump supporters, MAGA, basically Republicans and just good Americans to look like criminals. And that's what they do in communist countries. And that's actually what we're seeing today.
Well, the first thing to do, of course, is take away your freedom to speak. And if you can't say what you really think, then you're not a free person, you're a slave. And once you are, then there's really nothing they can't do to you. Do you think people understand the implications of not allowing someone to speak?
I don't think they do. I don't think people realize what dangerous times we're living in. You see, the Democrat Party, they're the fascists. They want to cancel our voices.
So isn't that funny? I thought that it was the Republicans who were banning books, which, from what I learned in school, that was pretty much the fundamental thing that Nazis and fascists do, is banning books. But let's hear more about how the Democrats are the ones stopping people from speaking.
They want to censor us, and they want to completely force us into complying. You see, the reason why they're prosecuting, or should we say persecuting, Donald Trump is for the crime of actually winning the 2016 presidential election.
That's funny. I thought Donald Trump was being prosecuted for falsifying business records about how he paid off a porn star he had an affair with. But that's just crazy talk. Let's keep watching.
That's what they're in hysterics over, and they've never gotten over it. But what they really want to do is, once they remove their top political opponent, which is President Trump, they're going to come after all of us. This has happened repeatedly throughout history, and people need to wake up to the reality of the danger we're living in.
You know, the problem is, I think most people have woken up to the danger of the period we're living in, and that's why they voted out Donald Trump. They realize that he is actually a fascist, and Marjorie Taylor Greene is his Joseph Goebbels. And when you hear her making claims about how people on the right are being silenced, this is actually projection. As my mother said, when you're pointing one finger at someone else, 3 fingers are pointing back at yourself. But I guess we shouldn't be surprised by any of this. I mean, after all, Marjorie Taylor Greene has become an all-star at whining on Fox News. And this is just one more example of it. If you want to see another video about how she goes on Fox News and whines, check out this one over here. I'll see you then. In the meantime, let's hope for continued progress. Thank you.